Welcome to A Journey into Yoga. I'm Susan Rubenstein. Today's practice is energy with movement. So we'll be moving through our practice today with a little bit of flow. And what flow means is we'll be connecting the breath with how we move our arms, how we lift our heart, how we express ourselves through movement in our legs. This is a wonderful way to bring about energy in the body. It's a wonderful way to release stiffness, tiredness, fatigue. So we want to think about today's practice as a way to uplift yourself. Now, doing this practice is wonderful any time of day, but one of the times that I like is in the morning or early afternoon, especially if you find yourself just needing that extra lift to go about your day. But again, you can do this in the evening and still find yourself getting into a relaxed state and going into a good night's sleep. So, important things just to note when you're starting any yoga practice or any exercise program for that matter is just making sure you've ruled out any potential health risks. So those conversations can be made with your doctor. If you are concerned or have some questions, maybe you want to review what we're going to do today. Give your doctor a call, kind of discuss what you saw, what you would be participating in, and see what they have to say about that. And then come along and join. If you're also new, and you're just learning about yoga, feel free just to do parts of it. At times, maybe sit and observe, then join in. So really work at your own pace, at your own level. That's the important thing about yoga. It's a wonderful way to connect with our bodies and to take better care of ourselves. Yoga is also a fantastic way to bring about support and boost our immune system. It helps us to feel a sense of calm, connection. And when we do yoga or any type of exercise program, we take better care of ourselves. We make better choices in what we eat, in how we sleep, and all those different things. So with that being said, if you look at the surroundings that I'm in, I'm on a yoga mat. Now I've been doing this on carpet, so I have a little extra softness underneath me and support. So at home, really find a space that you feel safe and secure. You don't really want anything around you because just in case we get into some balance, you wouldn't want to fall into a chair or a table. But at points, if we do balance, maybe a wall or something for support is a nice thing to walk over to. If you'll notice now on the ground, one thing I've brought along is a water bottle. So with any type of exercise, it's always good to have some water nearby because you want to keep yourself hydrated. And especially in the winter when we forget about the importance of continuing to drink the amount of water that we normally would do, say in the summer, we want to drink that. Now, other things I brought along is a block. This is a great helpful tool. Sometimes it's wonderful just to help lengthen out the arms, or say if we're doing a side position, it gives us a little bit of a lift. So this is a super tool. I've also brought along a strap. Now sometimes the strap is also helpful. If you're really tight in your shoulders, you may find that just bringing a strap along is a great way to open up through your chest and draw your shoulder blades in. Also, it's great for some different poses that we'll do seated on the ground. And then finally, I brought along a blanket. Now the blanket is helpful when we do some seated poses, especially if your hips are tight. You may want to sit on the blanket just to give your pelvis a bit of a lift so you're not putting too much pressure into your lower back and you can have good spinal support. All right, so before any of that begins, one of the most important things that I feel in a yoga practice is learning the breath. We take that for granted. Yes, you say to yourself, but I breathe all the time. That's just part of life. It's important. If we didn't breathe, we wouldn't be living. But it's how we breathe. It's the quality of our breath that really can help change so much in our physical and our emotional self. It can really bring about a centering, a calmness. So what we're going to do is just place our hands onto our belly, working with what we call the 3-part breath. As we take a deep breath in, the belly will expand. Softly, as the belly recedes, the navel comes into the spine. So this first part of the breath is allowing us to use what we call the diaphragm. Or you may hear this referred to as diaphragmatic breathing. So while we're standing and feeling the breath in our belly, imagine a wonderful beam of light each time you inhale, coming from your belly. streaming down your legs, rooting your feet into the earth, yet at the same time lifting through your spine and bringing your energy right up into the crown of the head. And then the second part, we just place the hands right along our rib cage. As we may observe, we feel the ribs expand and become somewhat elastic. And then we breathe out. So we can enhance the sound of our breath, we can keep it quiet. But the importance is feeling it. And the final part is bringing your hands quietly onto your chest. So in bringing your hands quietly, we create a sense of calm, of peace, so the breath isn't as shallow. So we'll breathe in and breathe out. Feel the sense of connecting all three parts together. Breathing in and out of the nose, or if you need to open your mouth, do so. As long as we're feeling a sense of calm. And we bring our arms to our side. So we're going to add now movement to bring energy into the body. So we'll bring our arms up, inhaling, reaching up. We softly look towards our thumbs. Exhale, we're going to circle the arms around and bring them right into heart center. Again, inhale, we lift. Notice how I'm drawing the front of my ribs up, allowing the belly to expand. Twice more, inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling. Now, working from the belly and the ribs with a softness in the chest, inhale, expand, drawing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands in front. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, taking a deep breath in. And exhaling. Good. Now, I'm going to take my arms out in front. So as I inhale, I'm going to turn the palms to the sky. Lift the heart. I'm doing a soft back bend. As I exhale, we're going to bring the hands together and then softly begin to hollow the belly, tuck the chin into the chest, feel that upper back open. So we inhale, lift the floating ribs, lift the heart. Gently exhaling, navel recedes, chin comes in towards chest, upper back opens. Twice more, inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, taking a full breath in and then exhaling, bringing your hands in. Good. So now taking your arms down by your side, we're going to reach up. Now this time, we're going to come into a half forward fold. So as we come down, place your hands onto your thighs, let your spine become a table. So for some of you that should not bring your head below your heart, this might be a perfect place to stop. If you would like to come all the way down, let your arms start to release down towards the ground, relax the head, the neck, and pour down. Now from here, we're going to join those that are in the table. So we come back up as we inhale. Exhale, we're going to fold back down or stay in table. Let's do that twice more. Inhaling to lift the heart. Exhaling to fold. Now with a soft bend in the knees, scoop your arms forward, lifting something precious from the earth. So energizing from the feet, the legs up, and then exhale the arms around. So let's begin to move a little bit more. Inhaling. Exhale, table or forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway up. Notice how my hands stay down this time. It's an option. Exhale. Now inhale, scoop forward, rising up, lifting your ribs. Hands come in. One more time. Inhaling. Exhaling, taking your forward folds. Inhaling, lifting through the heart. Exhale, pouring down. Soft knees, scooping forward, lifting something precious from the earth. We draw the hands in. Beautiful. So notice how the spine began to feel fluid. We started to bring energy and heat through the legs. Now, I'm going to ask you to keep your right foot forward, stepping your left foot back. Now, your toes are going to slightly turn out. We come into what we call in yoga Warrior One. So we'll bend the front knee, keeping it balanced over the foot, tracking between second and third toe. Notice how the shoulders and hips are squared to the front, and now begin to extend the arms. So if your shoulders are really tight, this is a great opportunity for some of you to take your strap, fold it a couple times, and then reach up, helping you draw the shoulders and shoulder blades down. So this is a great little tool to have. It's nice. You can always use a tie or maybe the tie to your robe. Now, take a deep breath in. We're going to slowly lower those arms out in front. As we do, drop the shoulders. Good. Inhale, come back up with your arms. And then exhale, lower the arms in front. Let's do that twice more. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Exhaling to lower. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Good. So if you have the strap, just place it down to the side. Now I want you to open the arms. I'm going to turn slightly. So notice how I'm opening up through the chest, gently placing the forearm right up against the thigh. Arm can reach back, or we can do a nice long extension by the ear. Supported side angle. Eyes gazing out. Nice stretch through our waist. Feeling tone and heat in the legs. Grounding down through the feet. And then reaching back, we come up, inhaling. Exhale back to Warrior One. Good. Now from here, let's circle those arms around. This is great to move fluids through the body. Healthy for our lymph nodes, lymphatic drainage. We'll do this one more time as we inhale and then exhale. Good. Hands come in together. We feel grounded through the front foot. A little bit of balance to slide up, bringing our feet back together in what we call mountain pose. So if we look down, we want to try to keep our stance nice and open with our hips. So we might stand close together with our feet parallel to one another. We might stand a little bit further apart. Let's inhale, come up again. Coming into that half salutation, exhale, pour forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folds. Inhale, soft knees, scoop forward, rising up. And exhale, hands in. So now we invite the other leg to step back, coming into Warrior One, bending the front knee, squaring the shoulders and the hips, navel into spine, and then begin to carry the arms up. So again, if you liked using the strap, go ahead, pick it up. It's very helpful and useful. So props can be really great tools in your yoga practice. Let the breath flow. Now carry the arms out in front. We're going to take the arms out as we inhale. Exhale, press up. And then inhale, coming out. Exhale, press to the center. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhale to come up. Inhale. Exhaling, center. 2 more times. Exhaling to come up. Last time. Good. And then coming back up through center and release. Shoulders down. Good. So as we float the hands in, we're going to start to gently rest the forearm onto the thigh, turning the ribs to open the chest, and then extending the arm up. We flow the arm overhead, breathing along our side. Taking another deep breath in, we come back up. Exploring Warrior One once again. And then stepping up and into mountain pose. Good. Now, a little flex in the knees. We're going to inhale, bend the knees to rise up. This time, carry the palms out in front of you. Imagine just taking a gentle stroke down a wall with your fingers. Head relaxes or coming into table. Inhale, we'll all be in table. Exhale, folds. Inhale, sweep the arms out, soft knees, come back up to standing. And exhaling. Good. Now, stepping one foot back, we're going to get a little wider in our stance. So now, as we bend the knee, we circle the arms open into warrior two. So I widen my stance so that my pelvis can sink down and I feel the strength in my legs. Now, adding a little bit of fluid movement, we're just going to flow down the back leg. Front knee remains bent, and then gently come back up through center. Gazing through your middle finger, arms are long. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhaling 1 more time. Good. Now, just let your arms drop down. What you're going to do is begin to straighten this front leg. Now, what I'd like you to do is just place your hand against the thigh. So, just that fleshy part of the thigh, lots of tone and support. Opening our chest out towards the wall or a window that's in front of us. Let's take the back arm and reach towards the space behind us. So that could be a wall, it could be a window, something behind you. And then as you do that, turn your head and look back towards that hand. So my legs are nice and open and straight. As I've straightened the legs, we wouldn't want to lock the knees, so think about softening through the knee joint. This is just a variation on what we call triangle. Feels a little bit better for any tightness in the lower back and the hips. Now come back up to warrior two. Open the palms. Inhale, reach forward with your back hand. Now imagine pulling back on a bow. Exhale, open chest. Let's find our way through that again. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Last time. And exhaling now. With a big sweep of that back hand, I draw the energy forward, come up to standing. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the heart to table. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, soft knees, scoop forward, rising up. And then bringing hands in. So now we'll step the other leg back, coming into what we call warrior two. So bending the knee, just like we did in warrior one. Back leg is straight and strong. Inhale, reverse, coming down the back leg. Exhale, back through center. Again. So notice as you move, you become much more aware of how the body works. How one part is very grounded, very strong, stable. And then the other part is very fluid, free to move. And then we release. Drop the shoulders, opening up. And then now with our next breath, let's turn the palms. Inhale, come forward. Drawing back on the bow, exhale, open. We can even turn to look behind. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2 more times. Deep breath in. 1 more time. Now as we exhale, let's begin to straighten the front leg. Gently placing the hand onto the thigh as we reach back. We turn our gaze up towards the thumb. Notice how the chest is nice and open. Imagine the feeling of placing your spine, the back of your hips, against a wall. And then slowly come back up through center. Good. And then now we're going to sweep all the way up, bringing the energy in through the legs. Good. So then shake them out. So something important that we should practice every day for ourselves is balance. Because balance is something that we forget about. We don't really think about it until it's addressed or if we go to fall. So we need to be preparing our bodies for a situation that if we're going to fall, we understand the components about how to save ourselves safely. Even if we may fall, it's how we're going to fall and protect ourselves that's important. So by practicing balance and feeling that sense of feeling wobbly really is a good way of getting yourself to be a bit more grounded. So we need to just adapt that into our everyday life. So we'll stand now on one foot. Bring your arms to your waist, so elbows point towards the sides. We're going to shift our weight to one side as we lift the other leg in front. Now I'm just going to ask you to bring the knee out, flex the foot, and then slowly let go and bring your arms out to your side, palms facing upward. Breathing in and breathing out. It's important too, as you're standing, to find a spot that you can focus on. Something that keeps your mind from being distracted. And then we root our foot back down to the earth. And then we pause for a moment to stand our ground, to feel the support. As we slowly begin to shift to the other side, we'll feel the tone. Yet think of your foot as the roots of a tree. And then you have the trunk. So we slowly lift one of the limbs up, flexing the foot, and begin to open the arms. So there's a lot going on here. Not only the foot and the leg are working, but the hips, the strength of our core, the abdominals, the back, our arms, our shoulders. Maybe even try raising your arms overhead, just seeing what that feels like. And then gently take all of that down. Good. So if there was any tension, a nice way to release that is just to bring the knees up and down. All right, so we'll do one more standing exercise before coming to the floor. So standing with your feet together, I want you to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your hands out in front of you. Now just imagine you're sitting back on a stool. At the same time, you're holding a tray, something fairly heavy. You don't want to feel yourself pushing that tray forward because everything on it will slide off. So you want to retract your shoulders, open the chest, feel some heat in the legs. Good. Now bring your arms out. And then if it feels good to your shoulders, bring your arms up. As we call this in yoga, awkward chair. This is a great way to build stamina in those legs, to tone the legs. Take one more breath and release. Good. Building some heat. All right. So now we're going to start to come down. I had mentioned before that sometimes the useful tool is having the blanket. So I'm going to place it down. As I have a seat just at the base of the buttocks before the hamstring starts, I want to kind of scooch that area to the front edge of the blanket. Now my legs are extended. A seated forward fold is where we go next. Useful is the strap. So if you have a hard time coming forward, you feel like you're struggling, your spine is all crunched up, and you feel you're very limited, but you could use a little bit of an assist. Take the strap to the bottom of the foot or the feet, hold each end, sit up nice and tall, and then just work with your breath. And with each exhale, just see if you can find yourself coming forward a little bit more, not forcing it. And then finally, over time, elbows may turn out towards side walls. We feel ourselves reaching. So making sure that you're exploring how far you can go, but not creating unnecessary agitation. You want to feel good doing this. Now, with your next breath, let's see if we can let go of the strap, some of you at home that may have a little bit more flexibility. And remember, this is a practice. Hands are down, elbows to the side. We're going to draw the head down and breathe. We can always bend our knees. And then come all the way up as we inhale. Now I'm going to have you slide one leg in. You can hug the knee, sit right here, or reach for the outside of the foot, crossing over, reaching that back arm out. This is great to stretch the outside of the hip right down to the knee. We call this the IT band. We'll take the breath through a couple times. And then slowly as we come back to center, we'll switch, shake the legs out, and then invite the other side to come in. We can pause and stay here, or reach down for the foot, crossing slightly over that midline, and then turning. Gazing out or softly turning the head to look behind. We'll take a couple breaths here. Good, and then bringing your hand down, lowering the leg. And then we're going to just draw the knees out to the side as we come to our final piece here. So in what we call cobbler pose, we open the bottoms of the feet, we draw the knees to the side, feeling a nice stretch through the inner thighs and hips. So all we're going to do is just sit here and settle into our bodies as we come towards the end of our practice. So as we find ourselves returning to stillness, I want you to rediscover that 3-part breath that we talked about in the beginning, and use it not just on your mat, but in your everyday activities. If you find yourself feeling agitated in the car, or waiting for someone to show up, or just extremely busy in your day, or you're about to say something and then you just think for a quick moment, I need a deep breath. It may change how you approach what's about to happen. So I'd like to thank you for sharing this time with me today, and remembering that yoga is a practice. There's so many wonderful ways of exploring it, from gentle yoga to more of a power yoga, to yoga just easing the mind. So whatever journey that you're on, please continue, feel good about it, but remember, always support yourself through the breath. I thank you for your time, and until next time, have a wonderful and peaceful day.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.